log into the feed and see if I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if you guys can, for those who are not deaf, for the people, I need to know if you guys can you hear me? Does the closed captions work? Deaf closed caption?
Say something out loud.
Oh, okay.
We have microphone.
Yay! We do have microphone. Okay. So he can hear me on the other device. We're recording them. We're good. So technical difficulties aside, good morning. Welcome to the Wise One channel. I am your host, Lady Caren, and this is about as much gumption as you're going to get this morning. I don't have the oomph. I don't have the munchness. Not really awake. But we have activities today. There is activity that my school child, let's put it that way, my middle school child, my other child's at school and Mother's Day. All right, so we'll call him Trouble because he's double trouble. That'll be his name. We have Great and Powerful.
That's what I call him.
Trouble, double trouble. You know, when he's really in trouble, double trouble. Yeah, he's got an event, and here we have freezing cold on this wonderful, not yet winter day. We don't have winter until Yule. That's what Yule is. But I mean, I don't know. For as long as I've been born, it starts getting too cold during Halloween. That's true.
It's not freezing. I wish it were freezing. It's not that warm.
He's right. It's not warm enough to be freezing. And so, with the autism, he's got a lot of things he could do. He's perfectly capable of a lot of things. But this part, he, if it's not in the here and the now happening, it's hard for him to prep and get ready. Like, oh, it's going to be blistering cold. It's going to be, let's all go build a snowman and a igloo for the snowman to live in. Except we don't have igloo weather here. I'm gonna try every year. Probably a snow lean-to or something with snow, like, because we don't have, the snow's not really igloo-esque. Thank goodness. I would never survive. Oh yeah, okay, but yeah, he's got this event, and it's an outside event, and so if you don't hear from me tomorrow about divinity and the whole religious stuff or anything since, if my channel somehow goes dead and you think, oh, it's just a space a month or two, and then our lovely lady will hop back on. No, it just says I perished in the cold with my children because my heat rock will be covered up. You don't hear after today. It's because I am vanished outside in the cold. Uh, as I know, parts of Europe are like, wow, that temperature is so warm, you might not even need a coat. Oh, okay. But yes, it's cold. It's not something I'm used to. It's very cold. I don't want to. I really don't want to. I just want it done so we have all the happy memories and the experience. And yeah. But no, I don't want to go to the. I don't want to go do outside activities. So you're gonna have to wish us luck. Keep us in your thoughts. Because we're not going through a hard time. No. We're just dealing with things we don't want to deal with. The things that are particularly hard for us. Coffee is probably not good for me since that doesn't help damper arthritis. Woo! Can you do me a favor? Can you light some incense? The oxygen levels just went. No, I'm kidding. It's my fault. I fed him food. Wait until mine comes. They're probably just as bad, if not worse. And I tell you, I need a shower. But taking a shower on a day when you're about to go into the blistering cold is not the smartest. So I'll probably just clean up best I can and then oil or wax. It's wax. Yes. No, I haven't started the mess. So I planned on leaving an hour early to deal with road conditions. It doesn't take an hour to get there, but I'm going to a restaurant and getting cheap coffee. And I figured I'd give the kids, a little something to eat, and then we're going to we're going to meet up with somebody, which is the motivation to get there. We're going to meet up with a friend that's joining us. That's doing the activity too. This is the motivation to get there. Because if it's just like, there's no, this doesn't sound fun. I just want to get done and over with. Oh, telling you, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is take care of my scalp, and my hair doesn't really need clean as long as I don't get it too greasy. That's nice. It needs brushed. So it needs brushed, and I need to take care of the scalp. But the whole forehead is this. It's a one layer of dry. It's just dry psoriasis or eczema. Dry eczema just across the forehead, and it's interesting with this winter stuff, and you forget. You go this whole, 3/4 of the year dealing with lesser issues from the snow. Oh, yeah, no. These conditions. should take better care of myself because I'm thinking about what it would be like when I take care of these conditions when I'm, you know, older. I really don't want to be like wheelbound and oxygen and like frail and a bitty. And so I guess it's, I'll start it on TikTok, and it's really not going to be the greatest thing because TikTok doesn't operate this way. But I was thinking about doing exercise in the morning in the bed. Because that's, I don't have any motivation or anything to get up, but I need the building of the muscle. I need the muscle to build up so that I can get in shape and get to doing. Well, the goal is to do on the not the monkey bars, the gymnastic little bar things. What are they called? Uneven bars. Yeah, the uneven bars. I used to do all sorts of tricks on those as a kid, and I want to get back to it. If a 100-year-old gymnastics lady can do stuff, I can, at this age, build up to doing that stuff. I'm going to progressively do it, mostly because the muscles that I don't have yet we are susceptible. These are conditions, physical conditions that we can develop with with our neurodivergency. I mean, it's like I want to say it's a twin part of society. Without our neurodivergency, a lot of neurotypicals are gonna miss stuff. Like they complement our misses and our downfalls, and we make up for where they lack quite easily. And they're amazing people, and we're amazing. I mean, if you get to know a neurodivergent person for really as a the other half of society, it's like we split our society to fill, and there must have been a design need, or it's just the way it always was. Like the fact that there are 3 different sexes. People don't talk about this. I'm gonna tell you, there has always been male and anatomy, female anatomy, female genitals, male genitals, and
Hermaphroditic.
Hermaphrodites. There has always been hermaphrodites. Always. But when I grew up, what happened is nobody talked about it. And what I found out later is that the doctors would find a hermaphrodite and they would pick one of the genders, whether or not it was right or wrong, and they would surgically, an infant, a couple-day-old infant, mind you, surgically perform genital surgery. This atrocity. And then give the baby hormones. Tell the parents that it's vitamins. Yeah. The amount of trust when I was growing up that was placed in healthcare doctors. The word of doctors were God from where I was, from my circles and everything. This is abuse of power. So they didn't know any better, and that's horrible. The ignorance is not bliss. It's horrific. It's you can't genocide something that's just it's perfectly natural, and it's perfectly okay for there to be 3 different sexes and umpteenth amount of spectrum of genders. I guarantee it. There always has been, and there always will be. It's just a part of human nature. We're okay with that. Gender, the fact that there has to be a split of gender, a black and a white, a girl and a boy, is a recent concept made up for profit. So you can check it out the window. If somebody wants to be called them, they, zin them, do it. It's just who and what they are. It's not going to hurt you, and it's not going to hurt them, and it's not going to decline the population. People thinking that the population is going to die out, honey. We're populated enough. And it'll come back sooner or later when it's time. If we decline a little bit, and in that decline, the projections say that the human race is going to die out, when has God just let the population of humans die out? I mean, think about what happened to the Neanderthals. We all have, well, most of us have Neanderthals somewhere in our DNA because they, other than the volcano taking out a certain section of Neanderthals that were all close knit there, the ones that weren't taken out by the volcano were compatible with the human species. I mean, the humans aren't just one linear species of bipedal homos, Homo erectus, and down to, there were several species that made up the human genome. The Homo sapiens. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. Nothing wrong with Neanderthals. Nothing wrong with all the other species of they were just folk, just walking around, doing their thing, existing in the human, in the entire planet. They were designed to be here just like we are. We're just, if it feels like the humans are not having enough babies, it's probably because we're about to hit another evolutional step. So take your fear mongering, chuck it someplace else where it doesn't belong. Take a breath and start enjoying life so that you get a real life out here. It's just kind of, kind of woke up. Yeah, it's funny because I was going to practice don't tell people what to do, get consent, look at the loftier approach it, Here I am, like, take that peer grade, check it out, ta-da! So that's the scope of my human range of emotions. I have a three-dimensional range of emotions, and that's healthy. I have learned that that is healthy. It's unhealthy to only feel one way about something. We're humans, and we all have this ambiguity that lives within us, and the part that we feed or grow or pay attention to or morph, it's what grows. It's what becomes more and more of our identity. But yeah, our population will be just fine, especially if we adopt and give our babies a chance to live. If we're not giving our babies a chance to live, those are probably the babies, the ones that are already born. I'm not talking about, no, I'm pro-choice. And it's not because I like abortions. It's because I believe that birth control is a healthy not genocide. You don't don't mutilate poor women. But without their consent. But I do believe that all the stuff that the U.S., it's not just abortions, that they go in surgery and say, I want this baby taken out. What these abortions are covering in the U.S. are the ones that accidentally happen. About birth control for women, not birth control for humans, birth control only for women. So if a man wants to do something that'll stop him from having more than one baby, he can more than well welcome to do it, but it is not advertised. It is not a social norm to talk about it and to advertise and to get it to percolate in our society. So, but if he talks to his doctor that he wants a little snip snip vasectomy, done. And that's not being touched. A man has all that right. Women need to equally have that right, and hermaphrodites need to equally have that right. And all people need to have that right that if they choose to no longer have children, we can adopt. It's not that hard. If they change their mind, then offer to have their egg or sperm frozen before you do the surgery if you're really that concerned. There are options. These that I'm talking about are just a few small sections on the topic. This is a very intricate topic that has stemmed out from the way the US is currently and the way US built up to be this way. But the parts that I'm sectioning, because there are lots of different conversations we can have on each and every sentence that I just had, understandably so. But here we're just talking about the fact that making this legal for us to have abortions means that if something happened and we accidentally lost the baby, that is medically not like we went and said, hey, it's surgery, but our body went through some type of trauma and the baby died. Like we were hurt, like somebody went and shot our stomach. The guy who did the shooting of the stomach of the pregnant woman did not get prosecuted. The mother got prosecuted for losing the baby. That isn't humane, because she's grieving the loss that she did not choose to lose. And those who choose to lose their babies also have grief. So you have to wonder how we're such a trauma response society, culture. I should talk more about happy stuff. If I want views on my channel, I should talk about happy stuff. I wake up and apparently this needs to be said, this morbid stuff needs to come out. And if I don't address the morbid feelings somehow, apparently I'm not addressing it in my normal life because it is coming out here. It is saying that it is big enough to come out here. So it's not always morbid. But if we don't take care of our morbid feelings and thoughts in a healthy manner, they are going to come out inappropriately because they are healthy. You have to allow these feelings to occur in order to avoid consequences of them occurring in an unhealthy manner, taking over your life and doing things like, what's it called? Displacement or something like that, where you're mad about something else, but you take it out on a person that you subconsciously feel is safe, that you can rant and rave and be mean to, and nothing bad will happen because you're afraid somehow subconsciously to take out the feelings that you're really mad about to the actual addressed situation. Wait until my parts come out, I'll tell you. They'll keep us warm in that little, not like the coats and the full. Which reminds me, we only have one good coat, the big black coat.
Or
between the two of us.
I'm just gonna layer. I'll be fine.
I don't know where your work coat is. Is it in the trunk of the green car?
The soup, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll be fine. I'm gonna layer.
He'll be fine, he says. It's below freezing, we've read. Our ancestors gave us hot potatoes, and no. That was the cutest little scene in Little Women. I thought with the hot potato, I thought, why are they giving them hot potatoes? how long does the potato stay hot for? And ours would just probably turn to mush. I don't know how they did that, but yeah, hot potato, hot food. Oh, we've got plenty of potatoes. We should grow some potatoes inside the house. I should just get grow lights, and we should just grow them in here. I should just move some of that stuff and just start growing fruits and vegetables and greenies and things like that. We should just do that as a normal thing. Yeah, we should. We should just do that as a normal thing. This way, by the time we try to get it done, we'll have learned most of the stuff that would be simply newbie mistakes, But yeah. Hey, I kept talking. Oh, yeah. So if it were just, women who were like, I don't want to have this baby right now, that would be for more of a discussion, and that would be like more of a cut dry scenario on abortion. But no, we're getting prosecuted for having accidental abortions, or something happened like the baby is born on the outside of the uterus where it'll kill the mom before the baby is born, and then the baby dies. So in order for the mom to have babies later, otherwise, or there are just so many things wrong with the current state of things that aren't working for the way that we built up our expectations of what our society is, like freedom and freedom of rights, religions, and freedoms, to do this and to do that, equality amongst all men and women, and all this stuff. And then they go through this and they go through that, and it turns like, oh wait, that doesn't go with what you just, your expectation you just set. No. But yes. I am stressed out. That's probably because I am stressed out of all the things that I need to do to catch up on. Lots of stuff that I need to catch up on. It doesn't feel humanly possible to catch up on some stuff. So, yeah, let's see. Happy stuff. There's always happy stuff on top of not happy stuff to talk about. So let's see. What is the happy stuff that we can talk about? I think the fact that the weather is so dreary is depressing. Are they really having it? Let's see if it's not canceled. I feel like we might cancel the occasion. The outside event. Let me check. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Let's search the past. All right. It is. Yeah, it is. It looks like it is still going on. There are 3 different postings. It's only for an hour outside. That's a long time. I don't like letting the kids go out more than an hour. There is nothing about cancellation in here. Don't they know it's below freezing? Uh, 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 listen live to the event. Uh, uh, oh, but that's like an hour later. We're going to leave. Well, no, we're not going to do that. Afterwards, there is winter coffee and hot cocoa. But that's an hour after you've frozen your little tuchus off, your little tailbone. I have to wonder about the tailbone. We humans have tailbones with no tails. Did we used to fly? I highly doubt it. But we bird-like creatures. Some of us have fur. We're furry creatures. What was I doing? I opened this up. Okay, I wanted the clock. I wanted to know what time it was. That was no. So the event is still going on. I'm not that lucky. oh, oh, I don't have anything positive yet. Other than I love this one over here very much so, and the children, all the children, very much so. I could talk. Ah, that's a. Ah, what's that? Oh, that's what that is. Ah, da, 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 da. Yes. And the children are asleep. In about 10 minutes, I have to wake them up because we have to leave this morning before the sun is up. Try to think about what the world is like way back then. Sometimes I think you have to go back in order to go forward. So that's what a lot of the homestead stuff that I want to learn is to go back in order to go forward. And learn to do a lot of our stuff ourselves so that we can develop a better way to do it independently. Community and community. Independently and community. Yes. Oy. All right. Got book stuff to work on too. Oh, I don't want to. I will let you guys go. I love you guys, and I really appreciate you staying through here. Normally, I breathe and I do the tarot readings, and I'm all about this spiritual good health. But I mean, we're also human. So then you have this human stuff, where it's from, where it's going, why it happens, and to expect somebody to always be good is not something everybody can do. When you meet those rare little spirits, rare people in life who can be consistently, they've never raised my dad never raised his voice to me, not once. And, this is like a 20, 30-year-old. I don't know anything where, my parents didn't, mine would be, my parents didn't use a quiet voice with me. It just, where do I hear of these people's existence who are kind, and they're just like, they always just like, always have nice thoughts. They always have nice demeanors, and they're just nice, and they're just thoughtful, and they're just intentionally like moral, from what we develop as a good moral standing. It's just like, whoa, these people take me for a loop. I know they exist, but it's not something I'm used to. And there's nothing wrong with them. That's wonderful. If you can live a life like that, all the more power to you. Anything I can do to help would be excellent. But you're also you're also a rare species, and I want to study you. That is not healthy, and it won't happen. Just because I want to, or just because I can, doesn't mean I should, and doesn't mean I will. So, but yes, very, very nice, wonderful, nice people who are just soft spoken and they're just happy existing. These people are they wow me and they're wonderful. And if if I have these type of viewers and I've traumatized you some way, I apologize. That was not my intent. And I wish you well. But mostly this was for my kids, and I realized my kids are never gonna watch this, so I just try to reach out to my kids. I love them, and whatever their floats their boat, they're living their life, and I want to support them for living their life however they need to, want to, with much love. I love them beyond measure, and someday they'll figure that out. I have yet to tell them. They figure, I mean, it's a cruel joke to play on an autistic person, but the day that that autistic person figures it out for themselves, what it means to be loved beyond measure, that's going to be a good day for them. That's gonna get them on cloud nine, like, hopefully, cross my heart. That gets them on cloud nine, and they are the happiest, happy people for being loved for who they are, who and what they are, doesn't matter. They are loved beyond measure, and yeah, this is something I wish for my all of my children and all the people that I love, and to know that you are loved beyond measure, and I love you for you, and that is an important message. And if nobody has told you, I love you for you being you. That's all. I don't know where my farts are coming because they usually I get farted at and automatically my body goes, "Oh, fart war, let's have a fart." No, yeah, my farts aren't coming out to combat this. They're still incense. So this is like, what did I feed you? Did I feed you rotten eggs? I know it's my fault. You are a human body, and this method. Oh my god. I'm not so sure we're gonna get to the point where we freeze to death if I don't get a lack of oxygen and a methane poisoning. If I die, this is how I died. Oh god. Don't make it until tomorrow. Love you guys. Love you all. Oh, love, 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 love you guys. You guys have a good one till the next. We lay eyes on each other. Oh my, love it. Oh, oh.